Hello, today is my 33-week pregnancy update. Today I am 33 weeks and 2 days and I'm still feeling really great and really enjoying this whole pregnancy journey. Right now my baby should be around 2 kilos and all I can say is that I'm definitely starting to feel the weight now. Some days when it goes really low, I think those are the days when his head gets engaged. I feel so heavy down there, so much pressure, so much heaviness, and I really struggle to walk. So it happened a couple of days ago, and for literally 2 days I waddled like a duck and I was in quite a bit of uncomfortable pain and I really did enjoy it. To be honest, I was freaking out a little bit thinking, what if the remaining weeks in this pregnancy are going to be like this? But luckily my little boy always stays like this for maybe a day or two and then he moves up a little bit and it does get much more comfortable. In general, he's been hanging around really low right from pretty much the beginning of the pregnancy. When I had my 22-week scan, he was already head down and really low. And it's still the same now. The midwife confirmed it a week ago. So he's head down, ready to be born, in position. Also my inner thigh muscles, or inner thighs in general, always feel like I've just worked them out like crazy. So kind of like after a really good workout, but if I touch the muscles, they're not sore at all. So after researching, I think the reason for that is just all the muscles, all the bones and everything stretching out and widening in preparation for the impending labor. And that's what causes that kind of feeling. So a week ago, I went to my midwife for my monthly checkup. She checked the baby's heart rate and everything was really good. And then she measured my blood pressure. Luckily now she's aware of my white coat syndrome. So she measured it with me lying down and that definitely brought down my anxiety and the blood pressure was perfect, which is great for me. One less thing to stress about. I still check it at home every couple of weeks or so, and it's always perfect. So let's hope it's going to stay like that. She also measured my belly. The top of my uterus was 31 centimeters, and I was 32 weeks at that point, so it's perfect. It's always around a week behind, and for me that's perfectly normal because I'm very tall. I have a very long torso, so that's why my belly measures a little bit below. I've been able to work out all the different body parts for a few weeks now, but it was really nice to have the midwife confirm that my suspicions were right. So his little bum is always on my left side, just above the belly button, or at the level of the belly button when he's engaged and really low. His head was right there by my pubic bone, and then his feet are always very far away on the right side. So he seems to have really long legs, definitely like his daddy. So far in this pregnancy I've gained 11 kilos, which is perfectly on track, right in the middle of where I should be. I haven't changed my dress size. I still fit into, all of my regular sizes, apart from the belly, obviously. Now, talking about the symptoms I've been experiencing, apart from feeling that heaviness and pressure down my pelvis from time to time when the baby gets really low, sometimes, like every couple of weeks for a day or so, I get this extreme tiredness. And I think it's when my baby hits a growth spurt. And that's what I really need to give myself, some rest and not do much and maybe lie down a little bit more and take a break from exercising. It seems that I'm thinking about food pretty much 24 hours a day and I'm always snacking on something, eating something, but luckily I haven't really wanted anything unhealthy. Sometimes I really want something sweet, so that's when I go and make a homemade cake or some cookies. The other night I decided to make a cake at 10 p.m. Luckily I had all the ingredients and it was super good. So I definitely don't deprive myself of anything, but I make sure that it's all homemade with wholesome ingredients. And then my mind is happy, my baby's happy, my body's happy. A huge pregnancy craving for me so far has been strawberries. Luckily they're in season here now, and they have been in season for the last couple of months, and they're super cheap. They are 2.5 euros per kilo. So I eat half a kilo, even a kilo a day, every single day, and I just love them so much. I still haven't really experienced a lot of pregnancy symptoms that are quite common at this point in pregnancy. I haven't had any swelling in my legs or my fingers. I can still wear my wedding rings and they feel exactly the same as always. I haven't had any nausea. I haven't had any insomnia, no constipation at all. Although I have to say on some days, well, maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 days in 2 or 3 months where I really struggled to sleep in early mornings. So I would wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and I just couldn't sleep anymore with hundreds of thoughts circling around my mind and I just couldn't switch it off. But I think it's completely normal before, you know, when the labor is coming closer and your life is about to change so much. Oh, one more amazing thing is that I'm finally able to eat chocolate again and it's not making me anxious. Of course, I have to be mindful about the amount. I can't eat a lot of it and I definitely can't eat it in the afternoon because otherwise I won't sleep. But I'm super happy to have my super dark chocolate with almonds in the morning with my green coffee. One amazing thing that happened in the last 3 weeks is that my hair completely stopped falling out to the point where I washed it after 7 days of not washing and not combing, and I lost, no joke, no more than 10 hairs. And that is incredible. Now, I don't know how much of it is due to the pregnancy hormones and how much due to the kelp supplements, which are supposed to help hair a lot. I don't know. I have a feeling that it's more the kelp, because if it had been the pregnancy hormones, the hair loss would have stopped a long time ago at the beginning of the pregnancy, but it literally kept falling out a lot right until 2 or 3 weeks ago. So hopefully it's the kelp, and hopefully I will avoid that dreaded post-pregnancy, postpartum hair loss, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated on that. So far, no stretch marks, even though my belly is becoming really big by now. And let's hope it's going to continue like that. I'm still applying sesame seed oil on all of those areas every single morning, and so far I'm not feeling any kind of stretching feelings or itching feelings in the skin of my belly, so hopefully it will continue stretching so well in the next few weeks. From time to time, maybe, I don't know, once a week or so, I do experience a little bit of very light period cramp-like feeling at the very bottom of my belly. As far as I understand, it's just the belly stretching out, the ligaments stretching out, accommodating the growing belly, the growing baby, and it's nothing to worry about. It's definitely not painful. It's just a little bit of a nagging pain from time to time. It generally happens in the evening or at nighttime after I've been moving and, you know, standing up and walking all day long. And generally if I sit down and rest a bit, it stops. Once I had quite a scary thing happen though. While my husband was in Italy 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was on my own. He was actually on the plane flying back, but the flight was really long. It was almost 5 hours, so it was still quite far away from home. I received my order of red raspberry leaf tea. I thought it was just red raspberry leaf tea and I was going to use it in preparation for my labor, but it actually was an infusion with all kinds of different herbs, including hibiscus. I googled whether it was safe for pregnancy and it was written that it's actually not safe at all. It can cause contractions, premature labor, miscarriages, things like that. So it freaked me out a little bit and I was determined to just leave it there until I give birth and it was safe for me to take it. But then I read the reviews and lots of women were using that tea for preparation for labor. So I thought, okay, I'll just, you know, drink 1 cup just as a trial, a very weak one, to see what it tastes like. And as soon as I drank it, I started having cramps in my belly. Not contractions per se, but cramps, constant cramps for an hour or so. And I got really scared. I went to lie down on my bed for a bit and my belly kept cramping up and cramping up. And my husband, as I said, was on the plane and I was thinking, what if I go into premature labor at, it was like 31 weeks or something, and I'm all alone at home? The interesting thing is the way my pets reacted to this. So Sirena, my oldest cat, she came to me and she started giving me a belly massage and she didn't leave my side and she was so sweet. She kept booping my face and she was just so sweet. And then Giulietta the dog brought her toy to me and left it right behind my back, and all of them just didn't leave my side, and I thought it was really, really nice. In the end, what happened was that I ate way too much for lunch, way too many potatoes, and that basically upset my belly a little bit. And then I went and had little poo, and everything was back to normal. So it was nothing to do with the tea. But just in case, I'm not going to touch it again until postpartum. I ordered proper red raspberry leaf tea now, loose tea, and I'm going to start drinking it very, very soon. So what else could I update you on? A week ago or so, my husband and I went to have a little tour of the hospital where we're going to give birth. Unfortunately, home births are not legal here, and there's no birthing center or anything like that. We only have 2 hospitals I can choose from, and the one I'm choosing is the one that's more in favor of natural birth, with no epidurals, with no interventions. So that's where I'm going to go. Sad that there's no other choice, but you know, I have to go with what we have. It was all right. It was actually very nice, nicer than I expected. Very small, of course, because it's a small island. But what really upset me a little bit is that I always thought that we could pay for a private room and stay together after the birth, so that we never had to be separated. But it's actually impossible. You either have to pay everything privately, so the room, the whole birth, everything, or you get everything on Social Security, and then you get just a public room that you have to share with 1 or 2 other women, and husbands are not allowed to stay there overnight. So that's a bit of a bummer. But again, you know, what can I do? I can't change it, so I just accepted it, and I'll have to be on my own somehow. Tomorrow we're going for our growth scan in the hospital. It's going to be the 3rd and last scan of this pregnancy. As far as I understand, on the scan they just check that the baby is growing well, that the placenta is healthy, and that he's got enough fluid. I'm super excited to see him again because we haven't seen him since 22 weeks. So that should be a very, very exciting day. Fingers crossed everything's okay. Now, one interesting thing I keep forgetting to share with you is that this pregnancy changed my taste so much in many things, in foods, in music, and jewelry, in so many different things. I can't believe it. I don't know if it's my baby actually expressing his character and his taste through me, and if when I give birth I will just revert back to my normal tastes, or this change is forever. I have no idea, but it's interesting. For example, I used to love only gold. I didn't even want to look at silver since the days when I used to live in London. And now I haven't worn gold for a long time. Now I just wear silver and I don't even want to see gold in my eyes. I used to really dislike anything sour. Now I actually like sour things. I like strawberries. I like pickles. I love pickled cucumbers so much. That's very much unlike me. I also used to really dislike wine, especially red wine. Now I love the taste of wine. Again, it's something sour that I used to really dislike, but now I crave that sour taste. I used to really dislike jazz. Now I like jazz. So yeah, everything about me has changed, and that's just crazy. So we are definitely pretty much ready for the baby now. We have everything we need. The only thing we haven't bought yet is the car seat, but we have chosen it. We know exactly which one we're going to buy, and the shop 5 minutes away from our home has it in stock all the time. So we'll just go and buy it whenever we need it. So maybe in 3 or 4 weeks. And we have all the baby clothing. Again, we're very minimal. We didn't buy many things. It's going to be summer, so he won't even need many clothes anyway. We bought the baby bath, the baby toilet, because we're going to be practicing something called the elimination communication. We also got the reusable diapers. I washed them. I still need to stuff them and fold them, but the majority is done. So far, it's been a wonderful journey. Sure, there are aches and pains and days when I'm totally knackered, but I'm just so grateful that I'm able to experience this miracle. And no matter what happens, no matter how difficult it gets, I'm just so grateful for all of us, and I cannot wait to meet my little boy. And as always, if you have anything to share with me, if you're pregnant yourself, if you'd like to share how you felt at 33 weeks in your pregnancy, or anything at all, just leave me a comment, because I love reading your comments. They literally make my day. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.